A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
The Lum and ABNER Show. With your old friends Zazu Pitts and Andy Devine, music by Okie Case, and starring Lum and ABNER.
Say, Abner, are these groceries on the counter yours?
Yeah, Lum, don't let me forget to take them home neither. Elizabeth needs them for Thanksgiving. She's killing the turkey tonight, and I don't want to get her riled at me.
Well, Elizabeth's been riled at you before.
I know, but this time she's going to have an axe in her hand.
Abner, in all the time you've been married, Elizabeth's never lost her head.
Neither have I. I don't want to start now, neither. Just don't let me forget them groceries.
You sure got a lot of them, I'll say that. You must be expecting an awful big crowd for dinner.
Yeah, my in-laws are coming. The thundering herd.
Oh, I hope they don't still push and shove to get in the dining room at mealtime.
Oh, no, I spoke to Elizabeth about that. She put a stop to it.
Good.
Now they use the T formation. When that bunch gets through with a turkey, it looks like a catcher's mask.
Well, at least you ain't going to be eating Thanksgiving dinner all alone like me.
Didn't you get any invites yet?
No, not a one.
Didn't you put on your usual hinting campaign all over town?
Well, I did drop a few little hints here and there.
Uh-huh.
Of course, it's a little early for the results yet. Still got to hear from the outlying precincts.
Lum Eddard, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Folks in this town have been having you to Thanksgiving dinner for years, and you've never invited a one of us to your place.
Well, now, Abner, I wanted to, but I don't know. Seems like something always keeps me from it.
Yeah, the price of turkey.
Ain't so. The trouble with you, Abner, is you ain't got the true Thanksgiving spirit. Even the Pilgrims invited the Indians for dinner.
Yeah, and the Indians at least brought along a few trinkets.
Well, just last Thanksgiving, I brought Elizabeth a box of candy.
I know. She busted her teeth biting into the prize.
Well, if that's the way you feel about it, I don't mind if nobody cares about me. I'll get along somehow Thanksgiving. Take home a little old can of sardines or something.
Oh, well, now.
Oh, it's all right. Don't feel sorrowful for me. Guess I'll have to get used to being lonely. Nobody wants an old bachelor hanging around in the way.
Lum, now stop it. I can't stand to hear you talk that way. It'll spoil my Thanksgiving.
Well, I don't want to spoil your Thanksgiving just because all I'm going to have is a little old can of sardines.
Little can of sardines? Lum, I couldn't swallow a mouthful of food knowing that. Now, listen, old pal, will you promise me something?
Abner, I don't want charity.
But you want me to enjoy my dinner, don't you?
Well, since you put it that way, I'll do it, Abner.
This'll change your whole Thanksgiving plan.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. Well, what is it?
Get yourself a big can of sardines. Hello? Elizabeth? Honey, this is your man, Abner. Abner! Oh. Elizabeth, I know how you feel about this, but couldn't we have Lum over for Thanksgiving dinner just one more time? I know, but... well, Elizabeth, if somebody don't ask him, I'm afraid he's going to crack up. Hey, wait a minute. Here he comes back from the post office. Be quiet.
Howdy, Abner, old boy. I'd like to extend an invite to you and Mrs. Peabody to take Thanksgiving dinner with me at my home tomorrow.
Too late, Elizabeth. He's done cracked. Lum, what happened? What's the matter with you?
Well, nothing. What's the matter with you?
Well, it sounded to me like you invited me and Elizabeth to Thanksgiving dinner.
I did.
Well, I'll be a polka-dotted possum. What in the world made you do that?
Well, sir, I got a letter.
Oh, somebody threatened your life, huh?
Of course not. This letter's from my Aunt Clara, the one that's got the farm in Sheboygan Falls.
Bless her heart. Bless her little heart.
Now, listen to Dear nephew, under separate cover, I am sending you one of my prize birds. I hope it brightens up your Thanksgiving. Love, Aunt Clara. Yeah. What do you think of that?
Well, good old Aunt Clara. Giving you the bird all the way from Sheboygan Falls.
Oh, we're going to have some feast. She's known all over Wisconsin for the size of her livestock.
Well.
3 years hand running, she won the blue ribbon at the Sheboygan Fair in the hog division.
Well, good for her. What does she do, rock or pull and chop?
Oh, this is wonderful. I'll show this bunch around here a few things. While I was out just now, I invited 15 people for Thanksgiving dinner. 15?
Are you sure that turkey's going to be big enough?
Of course, I got a notice from the express company at the county seat. They got the crate over there. It weighs 35 pounds.
Lord, me alive, must be part ostrich.
I'm sending Opie Case after her. I wish he'd hurry, too. That express office closes at 5:30.
Well, you know Opie, slow but sure. That's old Opie.
Sure.
Yeah, sure to be slow.
Yeah, I better put Opie's name down on my invite list, too. Wonder what part of the turkey he likes.
Does it make any difference?
Sure. I'm doing this scientific.
Uh-oh.
None of that hit or miss business with me.
Here we go.
See, I drawed a picture of the turkey, and I subdivided it to look like a real estate development. I'm letting everybody stake out their claim.
What do you call this project? Gobbler's Gables?
Well, it's going to save a lot of confusion.
Hell, I just hope nobody's homesteaded the wishbone yet.
When I invited the sea strumpses, I asked what part they wanted, and then I took a pin and stuck it in the picture. Now, there ain't no argument. See, that's Miss Sea Strump's neck.
There is a resemblance.
Miss Pomeroy wanted a turkey leg.
From the looks of it, she's got two of them already.
While we're on the subject, Abner, I better stake out a claim for you. Now, what would you like?
Well...
Now, here's a nice section with a lovely view. How about something overlooking the cranberry sauce? How about that?
Oh, no, you don't. No, sir.
Well, what's wrong with it? That's a nice southern exposure.
That's just it. I've been down that same neighborhood for the last 10 years. This year, I want something more centrally located. Mom, don't you think you're overdoing this inviting?
Quiet, Abner. All right, Miss Bates. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Abner, stick a pin in the white meat for Miss Bates and a wing for Gomer.
Right. Pin one on Miss Bates and wing old Gomer. Mom, if you invite anybody else, they'll have to be satisfied somewhere down there in that lower 40.
I can't wait to see this bird.
Me neither. I've never seen one with 8 wings, 12 legs, and 4 necks. You don't ever see monstrosities like that walking around. Hello? Well, hardly ever.
Opie, where have you been? I told you to hurry.
Well, I got stuck at the lunchroom helping Uncle Luke. You see, he's serving a special turkey dinner tomorrow. 50 cents. Of course, slightly higher with turkey.
Opie, I want you to get right over to the county seat and pick up my turkey I'm having for the big dinner tomorrow.
Oh, say, are you going to have plum pudding?
Well, I don't know yet, Opie.
Miss Bidball's best dish was plum pudding. Oh, boy. She used to make some kind of a sauce for it out of homemade brandy.
Yeah, well, Opie...
One night I seen old Earl put away 4 slices with a water chaser.
Opie, I'm in a hurry.
He lit a cigar after supper and blew a streak of blue flame clean across the room.
Doggies, I'd love to see that.
You ought to saw the surprised expression on Miss Bidball's face.
I'll bet.
She had it for weeks. Till her eyebrows grew back.
Opie, will you please take this express ticket and get on to the county seat? I've got to have that crate.
Okay, I'll hurry. I got Uncle Luke's truck outside.
Yeah, well, don't go too fast, Opie. You don't want to have an accident.
Oh, I won't. I've only had one bad accident since I've been driving. I run over Tom Foster's new hat.
Well, that ain't a bad accident.
Well, it was in this case. He was wearing it. Well, so long.
Now, hurry up, Opie. I forgot to invite Opie to the dinner. I want him to come, too.
He ought to come, too. He's been unconscious long enough.
It's the truth. Say, wait, ain't that Luke Spears heading in here?
Yeah, and he looks madder than a bee with a busted singer.
Oh, there you are, lawmaker. Just having like a double-crossing excuse for a man.
Now, Luke.
Now, don't you Luke me. I'll teach you to hit me below the belt when my back's turned.
Here, Luke, simmer down. What are you so mad at Lum for?
I'll tell you why. He's been inviting everybody in town to Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, there ain't no log in it.
Well, there ought to be. Everybody's canceling reservations at my lunchroom. I was expecting 40, 50 people. Now I'm going to be stuck with a quart of soup.
Well, it ain't going to wait.
No? Well, maybe you ain't heard, but on these cold nights, water freezes.
Luke, forget about it. Why don't you close up the lunchroom tomorrow?
Oh, now you want me to close up and starve to death, huh? I get hungry enough when it's open. I have to eat there.
I'm inviting you to dinner at my house.
I don't know how you expect a poor varmint to... Oh, well, that's mighty neighborly.
I don't think nothing of it, Luke. Well, maybe you can give me the benefit of your cooking experience and help me fix the turkey.
Why, sure. I got a brand new recipe for stuffing that a famous chef over at the county seat prepared for his own dinner.
Hey, that's wonderful.
Oh, I used 12 onions, 2 pounds of garlic, 4 tablespoons of mustard, pint of Tabasco sauce, and 4 cans of red pepper.
Oh, Luke, surely you never put in 4 cans of red pepper.
He most certainly did.
Well, before we try it, you better call him up and ask him.
I can't call him now. They haven't caught him yet.
Granny's, Abner, it's nearly 8 o'clock. Opie's been gone nearly 5 hours. Wonder what's keeping him.
Well, Lum, I can't wait much longer. I got to get home. I don't want to eat a cold supper.
Oh, Elizabeth will make it hot for you.
I know it. I still don't want to eat a cold supper.
Wait a minute. I think that's Opie coming up out there in front right now.
I can't hardly see. It's so dark out there.
Yeah, it's him, all right. He's carrying a big, heavy crate in front of him.
Hiya, fellas.
It's Andy Devine, and that ain't no crate.
I saw the light on, and I wondered if anything was wrong.
Well, we're still waiting for Opie to get back from the county seat, Andy. He went after the bird for my dinner tomorrow.
Gosh, I hope nothing happens to him. I've hardly eaten a thing all day, just so I'd have room in my stomach for turkey.
You've got enough room in there for turkey, Spain, and half of Russia.
Oh, no, wait a minute. I ain't so fat. Only this morning I weighed on them scales in the drugstore. See, here's a little card. Says 305 pounds.
What does the fortune on the other side of the card say?
No, I didn't look at it. Now, let me see. Oh, it says, please only weigh one person at a time.
Well, never mind, Andy. Tomorrow you can eat just as much as you like.
If Opie ever gets here with that turkey.
Don't say that, Abner. If anything happens to him, I'll be ruined. I've invited everybody in town. I'll be a social outcast.
You're more than likely to be in the hospital. That hungry bunch will mob you.
Oh, this is the worst thing that have ever happened. Where is Opie? Where could he be?
Why don't you answer the phone? Maybe that's him now.
Get out of my way.
Get out now. Go on.
Hello, John, I'm down store. Lumetter's talking.
Lums, this is Opie.
Oh, thank goodness. Where are you?
In jail.
Jail?
Who must have thought you sent him after a jailbird?
Opie, what are you doing in jail?
Well, nothing right now, but tomorrow I'm going to try out for the ball team.
No, Opie, what are you in for?
30 days.
No, I mean, what was you doing?
60 miles an hour. You told me to hurry, and the judge said $30 or 30 days. I ain't got no money.
I'll get the money to you. I've got to have that bird. Where is he now?
Oh, he's all right. He's sharing the same cell with me.
Well, look, Opie, can you get somebody there to bring him over here now?
Well, I don't think so, Lum. You see, he's got a charge against him, too.
Oh, no. What for?
Jailbreaking.
Jailbreaking?
Yeah, as soon as they locked us up in here, he tried to fly the coop.
Corky Case with clarinet and his orchestra and hauling on clarinet.
Abner, what in the world can be keeping Opie now?
Maybe he's having trouble sawing his way through the bars.
Oh, he ain't in jail no more. I called up the judge this morning and told him I'd pay Opie fine.
Lawmakers, do you mean to say you let Opie stay in jail all night?
Well, Abner, $30 is a lot of money to lay out. I had to sleep on it.
So that you've been doing that for years. Why don't you put your money in a bank instead of keeping it in that mattress?
I don't keep my money in the mattress.
No. That thing looks like a lumpy Fort Knox. You can't change your sheets unless you get permission from the Federal Reserve.
Will you please?
Every morning when you get up, you got pictures of Abraham Lincoln all over your nightshirt.
Will you stop picking on me? Ain't I got enough trouble?
Oh,
here it is Thanksgiving. My guests are due to arrive any minute, and Opie ain't here with the turkey. If I ever get... Wait, maybe that's him. Hello? Lums Dresden speaking.
Hello, Lum?
Yeah, is that you, Opie?
No, this is number 7859274.
Well, you've got the wrong number.
That's my pen name.
Opie, cut out the foolishness. Where are you?
Over at Cherry Hill.
Cherry Hill? What in the world did you stop over there for?
Well, I'm having engine trouble.
Oh, that's a fine thing to happen today.
Well, don't blame me. I didn't start it. The Pilgrims had engine trouble on Thanksgiving, too.
Well, get the engine fixed.
That's the whole trouble. I can't find it.
Can't find it?
Dropped out.
Oh, what did it take?
I didn't notice it till I started going uphill.
Opie, you've got to do something.
I did. I put an ad in the lost and found column of the paper. I ain't had any answer so far, though.
Oh, I'm going to
Maybe that's because the paper don't come out till Saturday.
What about the bird?
Oh, I asked him. He hasn't seen it.
Opie, don't you realize the spot I'm in? I've got to get that bird. My guests are going to arrive any minute.
Hey, Lum, somebody at the door.
Did you hear that, Opie? Somebody's at the door.
I wonder who it is.
Well, don't stand there. Answer it.
Okay, Lum. Hold the phone.
Opie, come back. Wait a minute. Well, like that, Wayne in the ring. Abner, will you please see who's there? I'm waiting for Opie to come back.
Where'd he go?
To answer the door.
There ain't no sense in both of us answering.
No, he thought... Abner, will you just do what I tell you?
I'm going.
Hello, Opie. Opie, are you there?
Happy Thanksgiving, Mr. Peabody.
Oh, well, Miss Fitz. Well, come in. Come right in.
Well, thank you. My goodness, where is everybody?
Well, they ain't here yet. You're the first to arrive.
Well, I came early, so I I could see Mr. Edwards alone. You know how I feel about him. He's my dream man. I don't know how many nights I haven't been able to sleep just thinking of him.
Now, I guess that would give a body the insomnia.
Oh, but does Mr. Edwards ever notice me? No. Why, sometimes I don't think he knows I'm alive.
Sometimes I ain't too sure about him either.
I've bought dozens of bars of that soap that's supposed to get you engaged. I wash my face with it 3 or 4 times a day, but nothing ever happens. I'm clean, but I'm lonely.
Yes, Mom, I see what you mean.
That blamed Opie never did come back to the phone. I finally hung up. Well, Miss Pitts, I'm glad to see you.
Oh, Mr. Edwards, happy Thanksgiving.
Well, thank you.
I was just telling Mr. Peabody that I came over early to help you with the turkey.
The turkey? Well, you see, that is...
Nothing's happened to it?
Oh, no, engine just dropped out. I mean, I don't want you to worry your head about the dinner now, Miss Pitts.
Oh, but there must be something I can do to help. Set the table, dust the furniture, scrub the floor, paint the house.
No, I won't hear of it.
But if you'll just give me an apron.
No, Miss Pitts, I just wouldn't think of it.
Oh, dear me.
Miss Pitts, would you care to wash your face again?
Granny, now who can that be? Excuse me just a minute. Hello?
Lums, this is Opie.
Opie, what now?
Well, I just wanted to tell you.
Yeah?
There wasn't nobody at that door.
Granny, it's 1 o'clock.
1? Why, the clock struck 6.
Oh, don't pay no attention to that thing. It's crazy. Struck 14 this morning. The latest I've slept in years.
Ain't Opie here yet?
No, he said on the phone that he was leaving right away, but that was 2 hours ago.
Well, don't forget he ain't got a motor in his truck, Lum. That'll slow him down a little.
He said he caught a ride on the phone.
Won't that receiver get a little uncomfortable?
That must be him at last. Yeah, hi, Opie.
Hi, Lums.
Andy, Luke, Miss Bates, Gomer, come on in, folks. Yeah, go right on in the living room, folks. Make yourselves at home. Yeah, they're all here, Abner. What am I going to do?
I don't know. Why don't you just tell them that you ain't got a turkey?
I can't do that. They'd kill me. It's stall till Opie gets here. Come on in the living room and help me keep the conversation going.
Oh, all right.
And for goodness sake, keep their minds off the subject of food. Well, folks, it's good to see you all.
Yeah.
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 Glad you could all come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanksgiving sure is a day for Thanksgiving, ain't it?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For goodness sake, Abner, say something.
Yeah. When do we eat, Lum?
Yeah. I'm so hungry I could chew the buttons right off the upholstery on this sofa.
So am I. Let's get at the food.
Now, wait a minute. Wait, we're going to eat in just a few minutes.
Oh, well, what's going on here?
Well, nothing, Andy, nothing. It's just that there's something we ought to do first.
Well, what is it?
I don't know, but something. Wait a minute, I've got it. The Pilgrim.
Oh, they can eat later. Come on, let's get it.
Now, hold on. I've got a great idea. Why don't you all sit down there on the floor in a nice little circle, and I'll tell you the story of the Pilgrim.
If I'm going to go to all the trouble to get down on the floor, I'd rather hear Peter Rabbit.
Every Thanksgiving, we rush into the table and stuff ourselves with turkey. But this year, it's going to be different.
You ain't kidding, Buster.
This year, we're going to find out why we stuff ourselves.
You know why we stuff ourselves. We're hungry. Let's eat.
Simmer down, Luke. I'm surprised at you. You ain't got no respect for the first Thanksgiving dinner. I have.
Well, you ought to have. You was there.
Oh, now, quiet, Luke. Now, Lum's right. Now go ahead and tell the story, Lum.
Thank you, Andy. Now, once upon a time there was those pilgrims.
Well, that was very good, Lum. Now let's eat.
I ain't finished yet.
Oh.
Once upon a time there was these pilgrims. One day they all got together to take an excursion on a boat they'd chartered. So Columbus got Queen Isabella to hock her lavalier and buy him a ticket so she could go along and discover America.
Don't you? This is starting out better than Peter Rabbit.
Final, after 40 days and 40 nights, they landed.
Hooray! Hooray for them!
Old Columbus walked down the gangplank, rowed up the shore, unfurled the stars and stripes, planted it in the sand, and said, "This is the Bank of America."
Sounds a little overdrawn.
There they was, hungry and starving.
I know just how they felt.
They were surrounded by Indians. All the chiefs was there, even the super chiefs.
Why didn't they eat on the diner?
They couldn't afford it, Billy. You know how hard it is to get money out of England. Oh, the pilgrims had a terrible time, all on account of the Indians. They'd build houses and the Indians would burn them down. They'd grow a nice head of hair and the Indians would scalp them. So one day they all got together at a town meeting and formed the CIO.
CIO? What's that?
The Control the Indians organization. So pretty soon they all got to be good friends, and to celebrate they all got some turkeys and had the first Thanksgiving dinner. Now, any questions?
Yeah. When do we eat?
Well, wait, let's discuss this a little bit.
Oh, no. Well, you said quick as you got done telling the story we'd eat. Well, let's all...
Hey, everybody, I just looked. There ain't no turkey.
What?
Now, wait a minute.
I just looked in the oven. It's as empty as a kangaroo's pouch on a hot night.
Why, Lum Edwards, you double-dealing varmint.
Now, hold on. I can explain everything.
I knew it was too good to be true, and a cheapskate like you invited us to a free dinner.
Now, Luke.
We ought to break every bone in his body.
Hello?
We ought to tar and feather him.
Hello?
We ought to ride him out of town on a rail.
Hello?
Get a rope. We'll string him up.
Goodbye!
Wait a minute, Opie. The day is saved. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. I could kiss you, Opie.
Well, you better ask Uncle Luke first. He's my guardian.
Opie, quick. Where's the bird?
Oh, I got him. He's in a crate on the front porch.
Well, get out there and get him and bring him in here. Folks, get ready. We're going to have the biggest out-cappingest Thanksgiving dinner you've ever had. Miss Pitts, you set the table, and Andy, get the stuffing out of the icebox. Luke, get the root there. Adler, start a fire in the stove. Hot dog, everything's fine.
Okay, Lum, here it is. Here's your prize bird.
Huh? Oh, my goodness, is that it?
Yes, sir, that's it.
Strange, it's a canary.
Yeah, 35 pounds, including stand, cage, and blue ribbon. Lum, you oughtn't to have been so stubborn. You ought to went along with her. We had a good Thanksgiving dinner down there at Luke's lunchroom. What did you have? Lum, speak to me.
Robin and Miss Sheldon back next week and every week at the same time with Andy Devine, James Lucette, Dick South, Houston, Okie, written by Betty Boyle.
From the heart of the jungle comes a savage cry of victory. This is Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle. From the black core of dark Africa, land of enchantment, mystery, and violence, comes one of the most colorful figures of all time, transcribed from the immortal pen of Edgar Rice Burroughs. Tarzan, the bronzed white son of the jungle. And now, in the very words of Mr. Burroughs, the story of Hunter's Fury.
In the background, one could hear the trumpeting of an elephant, the howling of a hyena, the roar of a lion. And yet this was no tangled jungle, but a collection of concrete and steel buildings that made up the zoo of a modern American city. One of the buildings housed the administrative offices, and Douglas Hanley, a young assistant curator, occupied a tiny cubicle on the second floor. At the moment, he wore a look of pain and consternation, almost as though he were face to face with one of his savage charges. But actually, he was alone in his office, and he was merely talking on the telephone. Talking? Well, for the most part, he was listening.
Yes, dear. Yes, I know, but... No, but Esther, we can't afford it. No, we're overdrawn now. Well, I'll try to dig up the money somewhere, but... Hello? Hello?
She hung up on you, huh?
Riggs, where did you come from?
The door was open.
Well, that doesn't mean you can storm in here like you own the place.
Oh, take it easy, Doug. I didn't mean to intrude on some private matter between you and your wife. The door was open and...
I'm sorry. I guess it's just that Esther's got me on edge. She keeps forgetting about the size of my salary. She's got sort of fancy ideas.
Don't they all? Say, talking about fancy ideas, we finished building that stone archway for the special new polar bear cage. I thought you might like to okay it.
Well, I can't get over there for a while. I've got a sick panther cub I've got to take a look at. But incidentally, Riggs, it's not a cage. The man who's contracting the job ought to know that.
Well, I keep forgetting there's not an iron bar in the whole contraption. But it seems sort of automatic to call a place where you keep animals a cage.
If I had any, I'd put my own money into improving the quarters for all the animals. No iron bars, no concrete floors, no cages. Only natural barriers like pits or water to keep the animals on the inside from the animals on the outside.
Yeah. Well, this animal sure hopes they build 1 million of these fancy contraptions. I'm making a nice profit on the deal. I sure appreciate your putting the good word in for me.
Your bid was the lowest and your specifications were the best. There was no reason why I shouldn't have insisted on your getting the job, Riggs.
Now, Doug, I hope you won't take it wrong, but about that phone call I barged in on.
Yes?
Well, it looks like you're in a little hot water financially. I'd be glad to help you out with a couple of $100.
Thanks just the same, Riggs, but I'll manage somehow.
I heard you say you tried to dig up the money. Well, what's a good friend if he won't give you some dough?
Give me? No, I couldn't accept a gift. But, of course, a loan of about $200 would help me out of a tough spot.
Oh, that's more like it. I'll write you out a check. Then we'll walk down and take a look at that swell job you threw my way.
I'll meet you there right after I've taken a look at that sick panther cub.
Thousands of miles away, deep in the heart of the African jungle, at exactly the same moment, another man knelt by the side of an ailing panther cub. And while Tarzan poured healing herbs into the animal's wounds, Torgo, his small native friend, looked at him curiously.
Why you do that, Tarzan?
Well, the little fellow's mother is dead, Torgo, so she can't lick the wounds Bolgani the gorilla inflicted. Unless we do something, he'll die.
Torgo know that. Not what he means.
You mean, why am I going to all this trouble to save his life?
Deal. Tarzan often kills Sheeta the panther. Why he not kill this way?
I've often told you, Torgo. I kill only when a jungle animal threatens my life or when I need food. Were I to kill every animal I encounter, the jungle would soon be completely empty of animals.
Tarzan kill every animal in jungle?
No. Oh, I have plenty of help. The members of your tribe kill many other tribes do likewise, and the white man who comes with his thunder stick and his traps, he's the worst of all.
Tarmangani bad.
Oh, no, not all white men are bad, but they don't realize that when they kill more than they need for food, when they fire at every living thing that crosses their path, they're destroying the jungle.
Destroy?
The animals furnish our food. We make clothing and shelter of their hides. Their skins are used for our sleeping mats, and they feed on the rodents and insects that prey on our fields. Once Africa's animals are gone, we too are doomed.
Animals gone soon?
Well, many kinds of animals are already extinct. That means that there are no more of them. That's why we must nurse sick animals back to health. And why we must fight the white men when they come to kill.
The panther cub Tarzan nursed was soon healthy and strong again. And so was the cub Douglas Hanley had nursed. But the troubles of civilized life are more complex than those of the jungle. And now Douglas Hanley was faced with a serious threat. It was in the form of his friend, Herbert Riggs.
Did you see that newspaper article about the animals?
I gave the reporter the information.
Then it's true that an African elephant's worth $6,000, that a giraffe brings $4,000, a hippopotamus is worth $5,000, and that a white rhinoceros is good for 15 G's?
Of course it's true. Good specimens are almost unobtainable these days.
You know all about animals, don't you, Doug?
Well, it's been my life's work.
And you stand in with these zoo officials. They'd contract for any animals you'd bring back.
That I'd bring back? I'm not a hunter, Riggs.
Yeah, I know. You and I are going to Africa.
Oh, but that's ridiculous. We're not...
Well, it ain't ridiculous to me. There's $1 million in the racket, and you ain't turning me down.
I'd like to oblige you, but my work's here in the zoo.
And if you don't give me the okay on this deal, you won't have a job here.
What do you mean, Riggs?
Just this. I got a canceled check I made out to you for $200.
But I paid you back.
In cash. And you didn't get a receipt. If I should give my version, you didn't pay it back. You got me that job building the polar bear contraption. And that was your rake off.
Why, you...
Now, easy.
I suppose it would look like that.
We'll contact every other zoo in the country, too. We'll supply them all. When we get back home, there won't be an animal left in the African jungle.
In just a moment, we'll continue with our story of Hunter's Fury. Many months had passed since Tarzan had nursed the panther cub back to health, and he was on his way to the Punya village once again. He traveled rapidly through the upper level of jungle growth, and at his side, leaping from branch to branch, was Nakima, the tiny monkey, who looked upon Tarzan as a god. From time to time, Nakima scurried off on expeditions of his own. Now, as Tarzan dropped from a tree inside the boma of the Punya kraal, the chattering monkey scampered away.
Jumbo, Maboki.
Jumbo, Tarzan. Why Manu run away?
Oh, he distrusts men. The only reason he accepts me is that he thinks I'm half monkey.
Is right for animals distrust men, for men distrust animals. Not right other way.
What are you getting at?
Tarzan, remember panther cub he saved after Borgani, the gorilla, killed panther's mama?
Of course.
When Tarzan leave Punya village, boy Torgo keep on like nurse to panther.
Well, I can see nothing wrong in that. I'm happy that Torgo's begun to realize that animals can be our friends as well as our enemies.
Panther and Torgo too much good friends now. Everywhere Torgo walk, panther come. Now panther grow large is dangerous. Already he claw Mama Nagama. Not want Torgo's own mama touching.
Oh, I'll see what I can do about that jealous panther.
Nadio, Tarzan do something. For Sheeta, the panther, kill someone of tribe.
But, Torgo, can't you see that he is dangerous? He's even snarling at me.
Not do anything if Torgo tell you not to.
Well, perhaps you're right, but I would...
He's right. Watch. Sheeta, not make noise. Quiet. Now, Sheeta, sit down.
Well, you do seem to have him well trained.
Now, lie down, Sheeta.
Well, that's wonderful. You've done a marvelous job of training him, Torgo. But I'm told that he permits no one else to come near him, nor you, that he scratched Mama Nagama very badly.
Yes, but that 'cause Torgo left him alone. Not leave him again. Sheeta not hurt anyone when Torgo with him.
But you can't be with him night and day, and a grown panther is after...
Tarzan!
I'm inside the Hema. Come in, Maboki.
Maboki, tell Chief Tarzan is here. And Chief say he's...
Watch out, Maboki! Watch out!
No, Sheeta! No, stop, Sheeta! Not hurt Maboki! Good, Sheeta. He do what Torgo say.
Torgo, I have tried to reason with you, but I'm through with words. Anyone who'd seen Sheeta leap at Maboki as he came through the door would know that he's not a safe pet to keep in a village. Now, Torgo, you may keep him with you tonight, but in the morning I must take him deep into the jungle and set him free.
Oh, no, not take Sheeta. Not take friend of Torgo. Not take my Sheeta from me.
That night, when Tarzan and the people of Punya were asleep, Torgo fastened a slender rope of twisted vine around the neck of his pet and crept from the village. But when the two strange traveling companions had reached the tall grass and the dense undergrowth of Sheeta's birthplace, the animal lost all vestiges of domesticity. With a deep roar, he broke from Torgo. The slender rope snapped and the magnificent beast plunged into the jungle night, with Torgo attempting vainly to follow. And a few miles away, a safari led by two white men plodded through the Congo night with the aid of flaming torches and trained guides. Douglas Hanley and Herbert Riggs were hunting for animals to take back to the zoos of America.
Hey, you! Keep moving! You're getting paid enough to set a decent pace.
I wouldn't shout at our guides, Riggs. We're pretty dependent on them. Besides, shouting's apt to frighten away any animals.
How about those torches? Won't they frighten them?
I don't think so. The jungle animals, like men, are curious. I think they may come to investigate the bright light. Say, this little ravine here might be a good place to stop and spread the nets.
Okay. Hey, you! Our expert says this is a good place to stop.
Now, if we can mark off a small area and then take the nets and suspend them from
Answer! Give me my gun, Doug.
It's a magnificent specimen. Maybe we can capture it.
I'm not taking any chances. My gun. Here. I used to be a good shot. Now I can hold my arms steady, get a bead on him.
Not Sheeta. Not shoot him, white man.
Hold it. You'll hit the boy.
So I hit him. I'm not risking
No,
my...
Sheeta. That makes noise. Quiet. Good, Sheeta. Now, sit. Good. Now, lie down.
Hey, get that.
It's amazing.
Lead the panther to this cage over here, little boy.
No, not put Sheeta in cage.
Now, just until we've had a chance to talk for a few minutes. We'll let him out later.
Sure?
Yeah, sure. That's the fella. Right in here now.
Go in cage, Sheeta.
You
White
know,
man let you out later.
there's a kid that can handle animals the way he can. Why, he'll be a big asset for us. He'll be right handy to have around the camp.
White man keep Torgo with them?
Well, say, looks like he goes for that deal.
You mean you'd like to stay with us?
The deal. Torgo stay with white men. If man called Tarzan come look for Torgo, you tell him you not see him.
Torgo, why are you afraid of this Tarzan?
He want to take my panther and set him free.
Oh, one of those birds who's against capturing animals, huh? Well, don't worry, Torgo. We won't tell him you're here. And if he starts trying to set the animals we capture free, he'll get more than he bargained for.
The white men had made camp, and Torgo was fast asleep in one of the tents, even before the hunters had spread their nets of steel-like cord and taken their sentry posts. In the darkness of the Congo night, a deceptive calm descended upon the encampment. But in the village of the Punya, all was confusion. Torgo's absence had been discovered. Tarzan took to the trees, following Torgo's spoor, and as he traveled through the upper level, Makima the monkey joined in the pursuit, dancing ahead, chattering furiously. Suddenly, Makima screamed. He had been caught in a giant net. Tarzan leaped to the aid of the small monkey, and he, too, was soon enmeshed in the steel-like nets of the white men.
I wouldn't fight those nets, jungle man.
What?
We had them specially designed. The more you fight them, the tighter grip they get.
So, you're responsible for these nets. You're a hunter who has come to rob the jungle of its animals, huh?
Rob's an ugly word, and you're not in any position to start insulting people.
Why are you raising that gun to your shoulder?
We've been expecting you. You're Tarzan, ain't you?
Yes, but
yeah. And you don't like the idea of people capturing animals, huh? Well, this gun will guarantee we won't have any interference from you.
In just a moment, the exciting conclusion of Hunter's Fury.
In the name of heaven, Riggs, put that gun down.
This is my business.
And mine. Up until now, I've taken all your orders, but I'm not going to stand by and see you commit murder.
All right, Doug, I won't shoot him. But I can tell you this. We ain't setting him free. You, drag that heavy cage over here. Put it right under this tree. That's it. Right here. Now open the top and I'll drop our 2 prisoners in.
Hey, Riggs, the monkey slipped through the bars.
Yeah? Well, monkeys don't bring much anyway. And Tarzan won't slip through.
But he's got his knife arm free now.
When he can't cut through those bars, you can bet your life on that. Well, I'm turning in now, Doug. You keep a watch over him. And if he escapes, you'll answer with your life. Pleasant dreams, Tarzan.
I heard the other man call you Doug, and you call him Riggs, huh?
That's right.
You seem strange, partners.
Yeah, I guess we do.
You don't seem like a man who hates animals enough to want to capture them and keep them behind bars for the rest of their lives.
I don't approve of bars and cages at all. But I think a number of animals should be taken back to civilization.
Why?
Well, I don't believe a child's education is really complete unless he's seen an elephant, a mother kangaroo with her young, a few-day-old zebra running about, fending for itself.
You talk about animals as though you loved them.
I do.
I've seldom met white men with that feeling.
You speak as though you weren't a white man.
Oh, I'm white, all right, but sometimes the actions of men like Riggs make me ashamed of my race. Why do you take his orders?
Well, that's sort of a personal matter.
It's obvious that you're afraid of him.
Yes, I am.
If you were to set me free, I'd guarantee he'd not harm you.
I can't set you free, Tarzan.
I've never pled for my own life, but when I was caught in your nets, I was searching for a small native boy by the name of Torgo. He ran away from his home, and he may be in great danger somewhere in the jungle.
Torgo's safe. He's asleep in a tent on the far edge of the camp.
Torgo's here? Does Riggs intend to take him home as a zoo specimen also?
I don't know what Riggs intends to do, but I guess I'll have to go along with whatever he plans.
Well, Doug, how are things coming?
Everything's repacked and ready. The safari will be ready to move along in a couple of minutes. What did you do with the boy?
I bought him some breakfast into his tent for him. Then sent him ahead with one of the porters. I don't want to take any chance on his seeing Tarzan.
Just what do you intend to do with Tarzan?
We're just going to leave him here. We can spare that one cage.
But why, snakes can get in, or scorpions. Or even if they don't, he'll starve to death.
Maybe you think I ought to let him loose so he can mess up our whole expedition.
But you can't leave him.
I came here for animals. They're worth a fortune, and I intend having them. I'm going to fill every one of those cages. And I'm leaving that last big one for the white rhino. $15,000. 15 grand. And I should let that jungle man free. Ha! Come on. Let's get rolling. Come on.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Tarzan.
Well, Nikima, you decided to come back and visit me in my cage, huh? Well, you brought me some fruit. It was very kind, very intelligent of you. Well, I'm afraid I can't live long on the food you'll be able to carry to me. If you could bring me a file so I could... Wait a minute. Nikima, do you see that stone over there? Dan Yeland? Get it for me, Nikima. Get me that stone.
It took quite a bit of coaxing, but at last Nikima fetched the stone. It was too soft to make any impression on the bars. Later, Nikima fetched a second and a third stone, but they crumbled at the first touch. Not until the evening of the second day did the monkey bring a stone that was hard enough to serve as a crude file. And even then, it fit in slowly, painfully so. Nikima watched his guard with animal curiosity, and then he too began to file away, imitating Tarzan monkey fashion. Nikima began to chatter happily, but Tarzan knew that it might be days or even weeks until he could free himself and follow the trail of Torgo and the hunters. And in the meantime, the safari moved further and further along the Congo Trail. Weeks passed, and fortune seemed to smile on the ambitions of Herbert Riggs.
Well, there's another elephant to take back. See that he's staked down well.
He won't get away. Nothing gets away from us.
Yeah, you said it. Look at them all. Each one just a nice fat deposit in the bank.
What, Riggs? Now all but last cage filled.
Oh, so?
You say last cage for white rhino.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, you've been a big help tracking down that game, Torgo.
You promised if I help you let Sheeta out of cage.
Yeah, he's a good specimen. We're keeping him. But you can scram.
Riggs, we're not turning that boy loose in this wilderness.
Oh, ain't we? As soon as we got our white rhino, we're heading back, and I'm not being held up acting as a nursemaid. Hey, what's he saying? What's all the excitement about?
Let's see white rhino in riverbed.
I see him, and I can shoot him from here.
But you want to capture him.
He'll get away if I don't shoot. But if I can plug him in the leg, it'll slow him down. Now, get out of my way. I've got him. Now, get in there after him. Get in and tie him up.
He's badly wounded and he's dangerous. You can't expect the natives to risk their lives trying to tie him up.
Wait in there, I said. You, headman. Lead the rest of them.
Kill us.
If you don't start out after him, I'll kill you. I'm not letting 15 grand slip out of my hand. Now get going.
No, let go.
All right, you asked for it.
Riggs, in the name of Captain...
Now the rest of you, hop to it or I'll give you the same.
Behind the frightened natives was a man mad with his elephant gun trained on him. And in front was a wounded and ravished rhinoceros. But even the roaring beast was less fearful than the now almost insane Riggs. They waded into the water, into the path of the charging rhino. Just when the death of a dozen of them seemed inevitable, a white savage leaped from the trees at the river's edge. His knife found the vulnerable spot between the soft folds of the rhino's belly, and the knife plunged again and again and again. Now Tarzan headed for the bank. But the weeks of privation and near fasting had taken their toll. He staggered uncertainly and fell to the ground.
All right, men. You can put Tarzan in the cage we had saved for the white rhino. And lock the boy in with his friend, the panther.
Riggs, you're insane.
Insane enough to kill you, too, if you try to interfere. Now do what I told you, men. Or I'll shoot you the way I did your head man. Every one of you, if I have to.
And so the safari started back towards civilization. But a small monkey had decided that he liked the game of filing iron bars. Only this time he worked under Torgo's supervision with a steel file he'd stolen from the safari's toolbox. Unnoticed by the crazed Riggs, he worked in the dead of night until finally several of the bars were almost cut through.
Torgo think maybe Sheeta can break through bars now, Nikima. Quiet, Nikima. Quiet, Sheeta. Good, Sheeta. Now break through cage. Please, Sheeta. Understand, Torgo. Break through cage. Here. Right here. Good, Sheeta. Now we can find Tarzan's cage and then...
Hey, what's going on over here? I thought I heard... Get the panther off me! Save me,
Sheeta, come back! Sheeta! Sheeta!
What happened? I heard a panther roar. Riggs.
Sheeta killed Bad Man, then run away. Torgo not mean him to kill one rag.
It's all right, Torgo. I know you would have stopped him if you could have. Not even Riggs deserved a death like that. But now there are other things to think about.
Free Tarzan.
Right. That's the first thing.
Well, now what, Doug?
I'll let you call the plays, Tarzan. And I know I don't deserve any consideration from you. If I hadn't been weak, I would have done something about Riggs.
Oh, weakness can't be overcome in an instant. But I hope you'll gain strength now.
I'm willing to free the animals, all of them.
Tarzan, Torgo wants his Sheeta back.
Torgo, Sheeta repaid us for saving his life when he was a cub, and now he's gone to join his own kind. And most of the animals you've captured, Doug, must also be free to join theirs. But I do think you should be permitted to take some of them back. A pair of each kind, perhaps, so that boys and girls everywhere, like Torgo, can learn to know and understand the animals of the jungle.
In just a moment, a preview of the very unusual story of Tarzan. Somewhere in the jungle, the drums beat ominously. Twins have been born to a native chief, and the tribesmen are scaring off the demons that have brought them. For more firmly implanted than any other superstitions are those surrounding accursed twins. And on their way into the jungle are two beautiful American girls, also twins, who are doomed to meet the strange consequences of these jungle superstitions.
Tarzan, the transcribed creation of the famous Edgar Rice Burroughs, is produced by Walter White, Jr., prepared for radio by Bud Lesser, with original music by Albert Glasser. This is a Commodore production. Listen to our next story, Trouble Comes in Pairs, another thrilling episode of The Lord of the Jungle.
CBS Radio brings you The Couple Next Door, written by Peg Lynch and starring Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce.
Here's star George Brent.
Cold and sinus trouble can ruin an actor's performance. To feel better fast, I take the newest medicine for those miseries. New improved 4-way cold tablets.
Today's 4-way contains a decongestant to drain sinus congestion while it relieves cold distress. Tests prove 4-way acts faster than any other leading cold or sinus tablet to relieve muscular pains, reduce fever, relieve headache without upsetting stomach. Drain sinus congestion, too. Get new 4-way cold tablets, 39 cents.
Hello? I want to speak to Mr. Piper, please. Well, conference or no conference, Miss Brown, he'll have to be interrupted. Here it is 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We have 25 relatives coming tomorrow for Thanksgiving dinner and no turkey. Yes, I'll hold on. Thank you. Oh, really?
Well, it's a good thing I happened to ask about the turkey. That's all I can say.
I never gave it a thought, Aunt Effie, because he said to me a week ago, 2 weeks ago now, don't worry about the turkey. It's being delivered the day before Thanksgiving. Said he'd call the turkey farm.
Well, maybe it'll still be delivered then. The day isn't over. And I expect this is a busy day for a turkey farm. And you said the turkey was all paid for.
Yes, he won it in the office raffle. I had already ordered a turkey, and I canceled the order when he said he'd won a turkey. Oh, I tell you, these raffle things. Didn't we tell you about this huge freezer I won in a raffle? Brand new, but we can't even sell it. Even though we put an ad in the paper, it sits in a warehouse. We pay storage charges, if you can imagine.
Mommy?
Don't slam the door. Oh, hello? Hello? Yes. No.
Mommy?
No turkey at all.
Don't bother your mother now, Betsy. She's talking to
No.
Daddy.
But I wanted to tell her about
No
the turkey.
turkey has been delivered. Aunt Effie and I have been here all
Yes,
day.
it is, Mommy. That's what I came in to tell you. The
Hold
man
on.
just brought it.
Did you hear that? It's been delivered. The turkey's here.
Yes, dear. It's all right. Sorry to interrupt your conference. I was getting sort of frantic. No, Betsy says the man just brought it. Yeah. Well, you know, our luck with these raffle things, I thought something has gone wrong. All right, dear. Goodbye. Oh, well, nice to know 25 people will have something to eat.
Yes.
Gee, do we have to eat him? He's so cute. His eyes blink and he gobbles. I can see him through the bars of the crate.
He gobbles?
You mean he's alive?
Yes, and he's just darling.
If there is no sense going on about it, I most certainly did not tell them to deliver a live turkey.
Well, they said you did.
Never. Why in Sam Hill would I order a live turkey?
Well, they said you did.
Who's they? Who's this they that said I ordered a live turkey?
The people at the turkey farm.
Well, who? Who'd you talk to?
I don't know who. 3 or 4 people who couldn't hear me and I couldn't hear them. The place was so noisy, and nobody knew anything about it anyway, and they hung up on me, and I called back. Well, the line was busy. I kept calling, and finally they answered. I went through the whole thing again about how they delivered us a live turkey, and this dumb girl, the dumbest girl I've ever seen. She said, well, what about it? I said, what about it? We don't want a live turkey.
All right, then now calm down. Calm down.
Calm down. We have 25 of your relatives and mine coming for dinner tomorrow.
All right, look, I'll call the turkey farm. We'll have this one picked up and replaced with one that's been killed and dressed. So stop worrying.
The girl finally looked up the order after I spelled our name and our address to her for the 5th time. And the order for Piper, 13, Rainbow Lake, said, don't kill, deliver Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
But that is ridiculous, I tell you. I called them when I won the turkey in the raffle. You know, that was 2 weeks ago. And the girl I talked to said they'd send it right out. Well, I said, no, we didn't want it then.
Yeah.
I may have said, don't kill it now, to deliver it the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Oh, for the love of Mike, I'll call them now.
Well, it's no use. They're sold out, and the men are out delivering the turkeys now.
Why would anybody order a live turkey? I mean, it's unbelievable that people who handle turkeys, that's their business, would deliver a live...
Well, I asked her that. Apparently, they have customers who order them live. Restaurants sometimes who keep them a few days and want them freshly killed, especially on long holiday weekends.
But we are not a restaurant.
Well, all I can say is it's the last time we're ever going to buy a raffle ticket. If we do win something, it just boomerangs into trouble.
Yeah. Remember the time Bill Paulson sent us a live turkey for a joke?
Yes, but we sent it back. If we can't send back, we'll have no turkey at all. So, I'll leave it to you, I guess, to be the Lord High Executioner.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it.
Well, if you want to wait, Aunt Effie drove down to the shopping center to get Alvin. Now, he wanted to do some shopping. They live on a farm. Alvin has all his life here. He's, more used to this sort of thing.
No, Pete's sake. I guess I can kill a turkey.
Oh, look at him.
Now, don't start that.
Well, you said kill him, and that's when he gobbled, just as though he knew.
You certainly make me feel great. I don't relish this,
How will you do it, dear?
Do it? With an axe, I guess. Chop off his head.
Oh, honey, don't even talk like that.
Well, for Pete's sake, what do you suggest?
Well, I don't know. There must be some more humane way than that. Could you chloroform him?
Who ever heard of chloroforming a turkey?
Well, I don't want to hear any more talk of chopping his head off. It just seems so mean, dear. Look at him. Hello. Oh, I can't even look him in the eye. When I realize I'm planning to stuff him with dressing and make gravy and cut up giblets...
Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Let me lift this crate out to the garage and get this darn thing over with.
The vet. Why don't we take him to Brownie's vet? If you could just give him a shot of something, it would put him painlessly out of the way.
Take him to a vet. That is all I need. A $10 veterinarian's bill for services rendered my Thanksgiving turkey.
Well, still, it would be painless, dear.
Look, it just takes 1 second to chop off his head, and that's painless, too. Well, look, I better get something to pry open this crate. Get out of the way, will you, honey? I want to get into this bottom drawer here. My little crowbar's in here, and
How do you know?
Because I put it in there.
Oh, no, I mean, how do you know it's painless to have your head cut off?
Oh, now listen, will you?
I read something recently that said when Charlotte Corday was beheaded by the guillotine, some observers swore that when the head was severed and fell, the eyes opened, and she said, I am innocent. Only, of course, she said it in French. But some claim that it proves something.
Yes. Well, if I chop off this turkey's head and he opens his eyes and says, I am innocent, I agree. It will prove something. Especially if he says it in French.
Look, I know you think I'm squeamish about this.
Look, if it'll make you feel any better, I'll get my gun and shoot him.
Shoot him? When he's in the crate?
Well, if I take him out, he'll get loose, and my marksmanship is not what I
Well, it certainly doesn't seem very sporting to shoot him while he's in the crate. He wouldn't have a chance.
He's not supposed to have a chance. We're having him for dinner.
Besides, isn't it against the law to shoot off a gun in town? Yes, it is. You can shoot people, but I don't think you can shoot birds, and a turkey is a bird.
It has always been my impression that it was against the law to shoot people, in or out of town.
You know what I mean. Intruders, burglars, while defending your home. What are you doing?
And I'm just loosening the crate a little here so it opens easily when I get outside. You know, it's cold out.
I know. That's why we brought the turkey into the kitchen. Aunt Effie said the poor little thing could get pneumonia. She did.
Would you please just go into the living room and get out of the way and let me handle this. In fact, keep an eye on the children so they don't realize. By the way, where are Betsy and Bobby?
Upstairs in Betsy's room. I gave her a dime to build him a road of blocks for his little cars and watch him until dinner tonight, which I haven't even started in all the excitement. Well, I'll go see how they're doing.
All right, well, don't let them come downstairs. They might look into the garage or something.
Yeah, all right, dear, all right. You just take... Betsy! You children getting along all right up there? Betsy?
We're not upstairs, Mommy. We're here in Daddy's den.
Daddy's den? What are you doing in Daddy's den, huh?
Daddy wanted me to build a big roll out of blocks, and my bedroom wasn't big enough, Mommy.
Look, Mommy, big bus going over the bridge.
Oh, yes, darling. Bus going over a bridge. Isn't that nice?
Yes.
Yes, that is exciting. Yes, a bridge. You get these blocks picked up right after dinner, Betsy. This is Daddy's den, and you know we don't allow either of you to bring your toys in here. Oh, don't tell me he cut off one of his own fingers.
What, Mommy?
What is it, dear? Nothing. What, Bobby? What is it? Oh, grab him. Don't let him fly all over the house.
Look, it is not quite so simple. You try to grab him.
Well, how did he get out?
Oh, look, I only took one small blow. I was going to do the rest when I got outside. I just turned my back for 1 second. Whoosh, he was out and he sailed right past my head into the dining room. Oh, golly.
Take Bobby and go upstairs.
Oh, no, Mommy. I want to watch the turkey, please. Turkey, Mommy.
Quiet, everybody. Don't anybody move. Don't move.
He sees you. He sees you sneaking up on him. Easy. There. Grab him!
You missed him, Daddy.
Oh, Daddy, are you hurt? Your lip's bleeding.
Go upstairs, Betsy, and get the first aid kit. Oh, now where did the turkey go?
We'll return to the couple next door in just a moment. In this land of plenty, we occasionally forget that millions of less fortunate people elsewhere in the world are hungry, sick, and destitute. But the three great religious faiths of our country, Protestant, Catholic, and Jewish, haven't forgotten. They conduct annual campaigns to help the needy overseas. 80% of all volunteer aid is channeled through religious organizations here. Because of the scope of this great charitable work, United States government surplus food can be distributed at low cost. For example, $1 will send more than 300 pounds of food abroad. But the money you contribute to your church or synagogue goes for more than food. It helps send clothing, bedding, and medicine, too. It goes toward the maintenance of hospitals and orphanages, to initiate and carry out self-help and resettlement projects. During this month of Thanksgiving, keep faith for those in need overseas. Give for your faith.
We'll need more boiling water if we expect to get all these pin feathers out.
Sit still, Aunt Effie. I'll heat some
No, dear, you sit right there. You've had a more exhausting day than I have. I'm sorry, but I tell you, when Alvin and I walked in the front door and saw you two leaping around the living room trying to throw a pillowcase over that turkey's head.
Well, I'll confess the humor of it escapes me at the moment. Are you using the tweezers?
No, you can have them. I never knew a turkey had so many feathers. My eyes, my back just ache. Oh, look at this kitchen. Well, we'll pick up the mess when we're all through. Why don't you put some ice on that lip, dear? You look as though you've gone 6 rounds with Joe Louis.
I put ice on it. It's puffed up anyway. At least it doesn't hurt anymore.
Well, I'm glad Alvin killed the turkey. I tell you, when you first yelled, I had a vision of you with that axe you never use. And I thought, oh, he has lost a finger or a hand or a foot or
Look,
something.
I'm worried about that myself. I feel lucky to come out of this with just a cut lip. Oh, boy, look at it, though. Golly.
Oh, there's a car turning in.
Oh.
Alvin and Betsy must be back from the movies.
Yeah, well, it's about time. You know, I really don't approve of Betsy's going to the movies at night.
Neither do I, dear, but tomorrow is a holiday, and she was so upset about the turkey being killed. Yeah, I thought it would take her mind off it.
Well, Alvin just dotes on Betsy. He's crazy about children anyway.
I know. I think I better start sweeping up these feathers now. The place looks like a down quilt factory. Oh, isn't it?
Just roll the papers up, dear. That's why I put newspapers all over.
Yes, I know.
Oh, look, don't let him come in this way. The wind will blow the feathers all over.
Yeah,
Betsy, don't come in.
Alvin, go around. Go around.
Betsy!
Close that door! We can close the door!
But Uncle Alvin is still out.
Oh, yes. Oh, Alvin, don't come in this way, dear. Go around to the front door.
But it's beautiful, like it's snowing in the kitchen.
Come on, let's sweep them up.
Oh, dear.
Boy, I sometimes wonder if the Pilgrims had any idea what they started.
The Couple Next Door stars Peg Lynch and Ellen Bunce with Margaret Hamilton, Francie Myers, and Madeline Pierce, and is produced by Walter Hart and directed by Dick Stenta. This is Warren Sweeney speaking.
This was an original old radio broadcast presented by Radio of Yesteryear. Terrell Hawkins speaking.
CBS Radio brings you The Couple Next Door, written by Peg Lynch and starring Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce.
Dear, the alarm. Get it. I can't reach it.
Oh, what? What's the matter?
Turn the alarm off before it wakes the whole family, dear.
Oh.
Get it.
Oh, golly. 3:30? Who in Sam Hill set the alarm for 3:30?
I did. Don't go back to sleep because I want you to get up and help me. Don't want Aunt Effie getting up now.
Get up at 3:30 in the morning? What are you talking
I
about?
want you to help me with the turkey. After we get it stuffed and tied in the oven, you can come back up to bed. But I have
You out of your mind or something? 3:30? Don't turn on the light, please.
It's a 28-pound turkey, and it'll take at least 9 hours to bake. I suddenly realized after we went to bed that if we're going to eat dinner by 1 o'clock, turkey has to go in the oven by 4. And there's your bathrobe, dear, and your slippers. Now, come on.
I don't believe this. I just don't believe it.
And I didn't either. I was lying here in the dark trying to figure a 28-pound turkey and how long it would take to cook it. I had to get up, get paper and pencil, and do some multiplying. I just, thought of getting up.
This isn't typical, you and your arithmetic. As usual, you multiplied wrong, no doubt, which explains why I'm awakened at 3:30 in the morning.
All right, you figure it out. Turkey weighs 28 pounds, and if you allow 20 minutes to the pound, multiply that, and you get, where's my paper? You get 560 minutes divided by 60 is 9 hours and 20 minutes, right?
Oh, golly, I don't know. Here, excuse me. Give me the pencil and paper.
I thought you could always do these things in your head, dear.
At this hour, I probably couldn't even add 2 and 2 in my head. Boy, the house is cold, too. Now, let me see. 28-pound turkey, oh, golly, 20 minutes to the pound.
That's 9 hours and 20 minutes. That's what you got, too.
Yeah. Look, why in Sam Hill would
your voice down? Wake the children and Aunt Effie and Alvin? No reason why they should all get up, too, just because we have to.
There isn't any reason why anybody in his right mind should get up at 3:30 in the morning to put a turkey in the oven.
Well, your family and my family are arriving for Thanksgiving dinner. Now, it was decided we'd better have dinner by 1 o'clock. Because they all have to drive back home today. Now, unless you want to put 25 people up for the night, we have to have an early dinner.
All right. Let's get the bird in the oven.
Dear, will you please hold the turkey steady while I'm trying to sew him up? Huh?
You got too much stuffing in this
No,
turkey.
I haven't. If you would help me a little instead of just standing there with your eyes closed.
Look, I am so darn sleepy.
So am I, dear, but this has to be done. What happened to those wonderful metal clamps I have somewhere is a mystery to me. So much better than all this sewing him up with needle and thread.
Oh, honey, here. Let me do it, will you?
No.
Yes,
right,
just give me the needle.
Well, all right, here.
Yeah.
I'll try to hold the sides together.
No, let me do it. Let me do it.
Huh?
I mean, it's just the easier, that's all. It seems to me you need a bigger needle than this in the beginning.
No, it's the biggest one I could find.
Now then, you want me to do a cross stitch or a running stitch?
Oh.
Or shall I be real fancy and embroider our initials?
Just sew him up. Let's get him in the oven. It's nearly 4 o'clock now. I better get out the roaster, too.
Well, I tell you one thing.
Here,
If I had known I had to get up at 3:30 in the morning to put any turkey in the oven, we'd never have asked that whole kitten caboodle of relatives to come over.
I know, but I just What did you do? Keep quiet. Don't wake the family. Stand still. Don't lose the needle. Where is it?
It's in my finger.
Oh, don't just dance around. Stand still. Just stand still. Let me see. Now pull it out. Honestly, I pulled it out. Now you're all right. You'll live. Now, honey, get away. Don't drip blood on the turkey. Now put your finger under the faucet.
Boy, that is what I call sympathy.
Oh, now I've heard footsteps upstairs. You must have awakened Aunt Effie letting out a yell like that when you just pricked your finger, really.
That needle went in at least half an inch.
Well,
half an inch.
All right, half an inch. Let it bleed, then wash your hands with soap and water.
Yeah.
And the first aid kit is on the bottom shelf of that cupboard. I think you're going to live, dear.
Boy, you certainly would have made a terrible nurse, is all I got to say.
I have had lecture after lecture from you on not being too sympathetic when the children get hurt. Take it in your stride, you always say, or they'll think they're hurt worse than they are.
Well, certainly, that's right. That's my advice for the children. When I'm wounded, especially in the line of duty, I expect to be babied and pampered.
I see. All right, dear. I am terribly sorry you stabbed yourself with a needle.
My goodness. What happened?
Oh, now you've got her.
What are you doing up at this hour?
Morning, Aunt Effie. Dawned on me after we all went to bed that with a 28-pound turkey, it would take 9 hours or more to bake. If we won't eat by 1, it has to go in the oven by 4.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I thought of that, too, after Alvin and I went to bed. And then I thought, well, maybe she's planning to eat later.
Now, no. You know, we decided we had to eat
I
early.
know.
And the folks probably won't get here until, 11:30 or 12. Then if we eat by 1 and we want any time to sit around and visit afterwards, and I know they'll all want to start back before dark. You know, most of them have quite a drive.
Yes,
so it's,
yes, I know. Well, I'm up. I'll help.
Didn't you ask what happened to me?
What?
I stuck my finger with a needle. Went in about half an inch.
Needle? My goodness, don't you have those metal clamps for the turkey?
Yes, somewhere. Of course, now I can't find them, you know.
Where are the Band-Aids?
Oh, you can't use Band-Aids on a turkey. They wouldn't stick.
Oh, for my finger.
I'll finish up sewing the turkey. Have you got the oven on, the roaster out?
I was just getting the roaster out when he let out this yell.
I know, I heard him. That's what woke me. Honestly, a grown man.
Look, I was stabbed here. Look, you can see where it went in. See, look there. See this right there.
I want Aunt Effie to kiss it and make it well.
Yes.
He does.
All right. Come on. Let's get Oscar there in the oven so we can all catch a few more winks before daybreak.
Well, honey, as long as we're up, I think we might as well stay up.
Oh.
Well, now, there will be 25 of us for dinner. Now, there are things we just couldn't do until the last minute anyway. We've got to set the tables, round up enough chairs. In fact, you could start bringing down things from upstairs, like my dressing table bench, you know, and Betsy's dressing table bench and things like that. Here's the roaster. I think I'll start peeling potatoes, so, you know, we don't have that.
Is that the largest roaster you have?
Yes. Why, don't you think that we can...
Why, no, dear. This is a 28-pound turkey. You'll never get it in...
Oh, love of Mike, Aunt Effie is right. You've been planning to use this?
Yes, it's the only roaster we've got. In fact, it's the largest anything we've got. Well, of course, let's try it. Lift it in. Let's put it in.
Turkey is not going to go in there. I can tell you that right now.
Try it. I mean, lift it in, will you?
You can tell from looking at it.
Could you try it?
All
Could
right.
you try it? All right.
See
if it does.
Hey, boy. Feels more like 38 pounds. Look. Yeah, now, satisfied?
Oh, dear, you must have known it wouldn't fit.
I never thought, Aunt Effie. I just, had the turkey and I get out the roast. Well, what do we do?
Well, haven't you anything larger? Anything?
No, I know I haven't. There's no sense prowling through the cupboards.
No. Do you know anybody who's got a large roaster?
Well, it's Thanksgiving. I suppose everyone's using her own roaster. Wait a minute. Ann Lundell isn't there, going to her mother's for dinner. Maybe we could borrow Ann's. I'll call her.
At 4 o'clock in the morning?
Well...
You cannot call somebody at this hour and ask to borrow a roaster or anything else.
Look, Ann is one of my closest friends. She will understand that I'm on a spot.
4 o'clock in the morning.
We've got to get the turkey in the oven if we're going to eat by 1 o'clock.
If we wait until 8 o'clock to call Ann, that's 4 hours lost. We couldn't possibly eat until late afternoon.
If we don't eat until 5, then you'll have to give them all lunch when they get here.
Yeah, no. Heavens, we certainly didn't plan on giving the people lunch. Now, darling, please go upstairs and get dressed, will you?
Get dressed?
As it is, we won't get the turkey in now before 5, which means eating at 2 o'clock. An hour lost already, which is just about what it will take you to drive over to Ann's and get the roaster. Now, I'll call Ann, so if you will please get dressed.
No, sir. No, sir. Look, I am not arriving at anybody's house at 4 o'clock in the morning. Anne would kill me, and I wouldn't blame her.
Anne is my closest friend. Now, don't worry. She will understand.
Golly, Ann, I'm awful sorry. I know it's an unearthly hour to get anybody up.
Yes, it certainly is. Well, come in.
I said, Ann would kill me, and I wouldn't blame her.
Well, frankly, I thought of it, but Thanksgiving, so I decided to let you live.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to ring the doorbell, and I understood that, you were going to leave the roaster on the back porch, and I'd just pick it up. Well, I couldn't find the roaster out there, so I...
Yeah, it's in the top cupboard, and I can't get it down. Jack always has to do it for me, and I knew he'd kill me if I woke him.
Yeah, sure. Well,
in that top cupboard up there. And there's some kettles inside it. So be careful. Don't want to wake Jack and the children.
No, I'll be careful. But that top cupboard up there, that one? Yeah. Look, you got a kitchen stepladder, Ann?
Oh, it's broken. You have to climb up on the counter there.
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, it's okay. I can manage. Well, I kept saying I hate to do this to Ann, and she said, Ann's my closest friend. She'll understand.
Oh, it's in that top cupboard. Now, be careful when you pull it out.
Yeah. Oh, it certainly is nice of you. We really appreciate it. Oh, here it is. Now then, if I can just get it out without... Hey, I got it, I think. Look, as I said, we can't thank you enough.
Careful. Now look out for the other kettle.
Yeah, well, I got it. Got
Well, honey, it'd be grateful you didn't fall and break a leg. Having to climb up the way you did with one foot on the stove. Just be glad it was only a bunch of kettles that fell down, dear.
Well, I wonder if you have any idea how I felt when the rest of Ann's family came galloping down to the kitchen. Jack, who thought a burglar had broken in. Then the two children, who started to cry. Dog was barking, and Jack's mother, who kept yelling, I'll call the police! I'll call the police!
Oh, that's ridiculous. Didn't Ann explain?
Oh, yes, everybody simmered down, but I can assure you, not one of them understood why it was necessary for anybody to be borrowing a turkey roaster at 4:30 in the morning, including me.
Well, the worst of it is...
Oh, I don't think we better tell him, Aunt Effie. Wait until he simmers down a bit.
Tell me what? Oh, go on, let me have it. What's happened now?
Well...
you might as well tell him, dear.
Well, I was going to call you over at Ann's, and then I thought, well, after waking her up and asking to borrow it, I hate to let her know that now we don't need the roaster.
Don't need it?
Well, honey, the
don't need it.
Aren't coming. Smoke's aren't coming, dear. Your mother called, and there's a terrible sleet storm there, and they finally decided they'd better not come.
Well, I called my mother and told her what your mother said, and she said that it was just starting there, too. And they'd wondered last night whether they should come or not. They're waiting, to see what it was like this morning, but... Anyhow, all in all, we decided that what with driving conditions...
Well, we turned on the radio, and the temperature is expected to drop 20 degrees, and the announcer said, stay home.
Which is what I should have done, stayed home.
I guess so.
Well, aren't you going to cook the turkey anyhow?
Well, honey, 6 of us could never eat a 28-pound turkey.
What are you going to do with it?
Oh, we took the stuffing out of it, and we didn't think we should freeze the turkey with the stuffing in, and we'll just put the turkey in the freezer.
Are we going to have any Thanksgiving dinner?
Oh, we thought we'd go out.
Go out? Out? For Thanksgiving dinner? Well, it seems to me that's the one meal of the year you ought to eat at home.
Oh, Aunt Effie, what did I tell you? I knew he'd be this way. Well, we had another idea, but I didn't know how you'd go for that either, since you always feel Thanksgiving should be just family. But how about calling some people we know here in town who are probably eating alone?
Yes, like my friend Aurelia Jensen and her sister Aggie.
And that bachelor from your office who lives at the hotel. I mean, we know several people, dear, who... Well, I know it's last minute sort of thing, but we could act as though they're helping us eat up the turkey since the folks can't come, so they don't think that we're feeling sorry for them. As a matter of fact, I think it'd be fun, dear. You don't.
Who said I didn't? I was just thinking of who else we could ask. I think it's a great idea.
Oh, good.
Get the turkey in the oven.
All right, dear.
Couple Next Door stars Peg Lynch and Alan Bunt.
This was an original old radio broadcast presented by Radio of Yesteryear. Terrell Hawkins speaking.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, you know, makes Philadelphia brand cream cheese. The cream cheese that's been famous for quality since 1880. Delicious, creamy white Philadelphia brand is so popular, it outsells all other brands of cream cheese combined. Enjoy it often. Just be sure you get genuine Philadelphia brand when you buy. Look for the red Kraft K on the silvery package. Remember, there's only one Philadelphia brand cream cheese, and it's made by Kraft and guaranteed fresh. Well, it's the evening before Thanksgiving, and Summerfield, like many other places, is blanketed with snow. The Great Gildersleeve walked home through it as part of his training for his bout with old Tom Turkey tomorrow. And we might add that the water commissioner is in the pink of condition.
Hello, everybody. I'm home.
Oh, hello, Unky.
Yeah, Marjorie. Say, that's a tantalizing aroma coming from the kitchen.
Uh-huh. Bertie's cooking the turkey for tomorrow.
Good. I think I'll go back and take a look at it.
Now, Unky, don't start sampling it tonight.
No, I won't. That turkey isn't going to get the best of me this time. In fact, I plan to eat light. Light meat. Hello, Bertie.
Evening, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hi, Unc.
Leroy, what are you doing over there by the oven?
Me?
Leroy's watching the turkey, and I'm watching Leroy.
It's a good idea.
Unky's here now, Bertie. You better double the watch.
Yes, ma'am. Everybody stand back now. Bertie's going to baste it.
Unc, we got a 24-pound turkey.
Say, isn't he a whopper?
24 pounds and 5 of us to eat it. Oh, boy, that's nearly 5 pounds apiece.
Bronco and I may not be here for dinner, Unky. He's trying to get tickets for the football game tomorrow in Center City.
Oh, that's too bad. We'll miss you, my dear.
Well, you know how Bronco is about a football game.
Yeah. It was such a big dinner. And we ought to invite somebody to share it with us. Leroy, there's a pretty little girl staying at Mr. Bullard's.
You mean invite Babs?
Yeah, why not?
Yes, why not? The pretty little girl has a pretty mother, Unky.
Well, naturally, if we invite Babs, we should invite her mother. Yeah. Come along, Leroy. Let's slip on our overshoes.
Gee, it's keen having snow on Thanksgiving, Unc.
Yeah, makes things pretty cozy. Right, George, I'm glad I thought about asking Paula and Babs over.
What if Mr. Bullard won't let them come?
No, Leroy, Mr. Bullard doesn't boss everything. It's none of his business if his sister wants to spend Thanksgiving with friends.
Since when has Mr. Bullard considered you a friend?
My boy, it's Thanksgiving. It's the time when we should all be friends.
Okay. While you ring your friend's doorbell, I'll cover you with a snowball from behind this tree.
Careful, Leroy.
You sure make a good target against that porch light, Unc.
No, Leroy.
Turn sideways and I'll knock the ashes off your cigar.
Leroy, watch it. Oop, here it comes. Yopper. Bullard's window.
Run for it, Unc!
Leroy, you shouldn't run.
What's going on out there?
Guess I'd better run.
What are you kidding? Oh, it's you, Gildersleeve. A big fat kid.
Hello, Mr. Bullard.
Gildersleeve, did you break my window?
No, but I'll gladly pay for it. Leroy was aiming at me and missed, but I'll pay for it.
If he'll aim again at you and hit, I'll pay for it.
Now, Mr. Bullard, I'm sorry it happened. It was an accident.
Fortunately, it's just a pane out of the storm window. Gildersleeve, why did you come over in the first place?
Well, I came over to see if I couldn't take your sister and little Babs off your hands for Thanksgiving.
They're spending the holiday out of town.
We are? I didn't know Paula was planning a trip.
Should you have been consulted?
Well, no, not necessarily. But she might have said goodbye.
Now that you mention it, she did leave a message for you.
You? What was it?
She said goodbye. So, goodbye.
You wait a minute. Mr. Bullard.
If you don't mind, I'll talk to you through the peephole. It's cold out there.
Well, about the broken window. You shouldn't pay for the pain.
Gildersleeve, I've been paying for a pain ever since you moved across the street.
Even on Thanksgiving, he's a hard man to like.
You mean I really don't have to pay for breaking his window?
No, Leroy.
You could take it out of my allowance. Say, a nickel a week? Every other week?
No, I'll take care of it, my boy.
Thanks, Unc. You're swell. I'm going up now and take my bath without even being sent.
Good boy. Yeah, I shouldn't have gone over to Bullard's anyway. You'll never set foot on his porch again. Yeah. Guess I will have to go over and pay him. Someday. Yeah, I'll put the money on a stick and poke it through the peephole so he can't bite my hand.
Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yes, Bertie.
Will Mr. Bullard's sister and little Babs be here for dinner tomorrow?
No, they're out of town, Bertie. Unless Mr. Bullard has them locked up in the attic.
Yes, sir. You're fooling, ain't you?
Yes, I guess so.
Bertie already put their names in the pot. Too bad they can't be here. If Miss Marjorie and Mr. Bronco go to that football game, we're going to have more dinner than we know what to do with.
Well, Leroy and I will do our best by it.
Oh, I'm counting on you and Leroy to eat double. But we're loaded. Of course, a lot of people ain't going to have a big Thanksgiving.
Well, true, Bertie.
A lot of people's just going to squeak by.
We're pretty lucky, Bertie.
Yes, sir. I've been thinking about that while I was basting that big turkey, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yes, Bertie?
You remember the little boy that wandered in here from the children's home last Halloween?
Oh, Mike Smith.
That's right. The little lost ghost.
Cute kid. Say, I wonder what kind of Thanksgiving dinner he's going to have.
Oh, you have a good dinner, but he may not have as much as we've got.
Bertie, after church in the morning, why don't I drive over and pick up little Mike?
Yes, sir. Now we're lining up a real Thanksgiving.
Yeah, come to think of it, Thanksgiving is no good if you don't share it.
That's what the Indians did. On the first Thanksgiving, they had a lot of food, and they shared it with the Pilgrims.
Well, the Indians have nothing on the water, Commissioner. The little Pilgrim will be the guest of Big Chief Running Water.
Yes, sir.
I'll get it. Good evening, Judge.
Evening, Bertie.
Well, Judge, come in.
Hello, Gildy. I didn't want to be late for Thanksgiving dinner, so I thought I'd come and spend the night.
Well, we'd love to have you, Horace. But you told me you had an engagement.
As a matter of fact, I have. So I dropped by to bring a little sweetmeat for your festive board tomorrow.
Oh?
Here you are, Bertie.
Thank you, Judge. What's in this jar?
It's cranberry relish that I prepare myself.
You make cranberry relish, Judge?
Yes, indeed.
I didn't know you were so handy around the kitchen.
Well, Bertie, I spend most of my idle hours on culinary experiments. I'm writing a cookbook.
Yofer.
I think it's nice the judge is so handy in the kitchen.
Thank you, Bertie.
Yes, sir. The judge is a handy man. He spends his working hours with the law book and his idle hours with the cookbook.
That's about it, Bertie.
Yes, sir, Mr. Gildersleeve. That's why the judge can come up with cranberry relish. He spends his working hours with the law book and his idle hours with the cookbook.
Yeah, I know, Bertie.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you know why the judge can come up with cranberry relish?
Yes, Bertie.
That's right. He spends his working hours with the law book and his idle hours with the cookbook.
Judge, you have quite an admirer in Bertie.
Well, the feeling is mutual, Gildy. I'm sorry I won't be here to sample Bertie's Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, Marjorie and Bronco may not be here either. But I'm inviting little Mike from the children's home.
Ah, the little fellow who was lost on Halloween.
Yeah, Mike's going to be our guest of honor.
Gildy, you're a shining example of the spirit of Thanksgiving.
Well, that's not all I planned to do. I went over to invite Mrs. Winthrop and Babs, but old Bullard said they were out of town.
Oh, so Rumson is spending Thanksgiving alone?
I didn't ask him, Judge. I don't care where he spends it.
Well, I know Rumson Bullard is difficult at times, but he's a lonely man.
I think he wants to be alone.
I'm not so sure, Gildy. Perhaps we just don't understand him.
I know I don't.
Be that as it may, at a time when the peoples of the world are divided, suspicious, and working at cross purposes, it seems the least we can do is set an example of amity and accord here at home. Chances are the world could achieve more harmony around the Thanksgiving table than around the conference table.
You're probably right, Judge. I hadn't looked at it that way. Right, George, I'll invite Bullard tomorrow. Well, it's nice of you to join us for dinner today, Mike.
It's nice of you to invite me, Mr. Gildersleeve.
You will have a lot of fun. Yeah, I didn't think to ask Mrs. Foster when I should bring you home.
Just take me back when I'm good and full.
Yeah, there's plenty to eat, all right. Bertie has a turkey almost as big as you are.
I don't know if I can eat that much.
Well, I'll help you.
You ought to be a big help.
I wonder how he meant that.
A lot of us kids are going out for dinner today.
You're good.
Boy, I like Thanksgiving. How many times a year does it come?
Well, only once, Mike. But Christmas will be here soon.
Yeah, that's when Santa Claus comes.
Yeah, I'll bet you get a lot of presents.
Yeah, Bobby's even getting a mother and father for Christmas.
You? Who's Bobby?
He's my friend.
Yeah, I see. Well, here we are. Remember this house?
This is where you found me when I got lost.
That's right.
I sure was dopey to get lost.
Well, if you had to get lost, we're glad you picked our house.
Thank you.
Oh, before we go in, Mike, let's go across the street and ask someone else to dinner.
Okay.
I'm going to invite the man who lives in this big house. He's all alone today.
But that big house, why is he all alone?
Well, Mike, you know how it is.
Do I?
Well, this man's a little difficult to understand. It seems he hasn't many friends.
Why?
Well, sometimes he isn't as nice to people as he could be. But we're going to be nice to him. You see, I feel sorry for Mr. Bullard.
Is that his name?
Yes, that's his name.
Oh, it's you, Gildersleeve.
Good morning, Mr. Bullard. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Mr. Bullard, I'd like you to meet a little friend of mine, Mike Smith.
How do you do, young man?
Hello, Mr. Bullard.
Little Mike's from the children's home. He's having dinner with us.
Yeah, turkey.
Oh, splendid. I hope you enjoy your dinner, Mike.
Mr. Bullard?
Yes?
I'd like you to join us, if you will.
Me? Well, that's very thoughtful of you.
Well, Mr. Bullard, it's Thanksgiving, and you're all alone.
Yeah, and Mr. Gildersleeve says you don't have very many friends.
Oh?
Well, what I meant was...
For your information, Gildersleeve, I have countless friends. I'm having dinner today at my club.
Yeah, Mr. Bullard, let's not have another misunderstanding. I really wish you'd come with us.
Yeah, Mr. Gildersleeve feels sorry for you.
Oh, is that so? Gildersleeve, I don't want anybody feeling sorry for me. You enjoy your dinner, I'll enjoy mine. Good day.
Mike, what are you going to do with a fellow like that?
Mrs. Foster would send him to bed without any dinner.
That's not a bad idea.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. Want to make luscious, rich frostings and smooth, perfect fudge every time? Fudge and frostings that are bound to be perfect, that need no cooking? You can do it a brand new way, a way you've probably never thought of. You do it with Philadelphia brand cream cheese. That's right. Philadelphia brand cream cheese is the magic ingredient that makes fudge and frosting more delicious, more consistently perfect than ever before. Have a pencil and paper handy And in just a minute, I'll tell you where to write for your free pamphlet with more than 20 easy recipes for making wonderful fudge and frostings with Philadelphia brand cream cheese. Now, maybe you're thinking that fudge and frosting made with cream cheese would have a cheese flavor, but they don't. Wonderful Philadelphia brand cream cheese gives you fudge and frosting with a perfect, delicate, rich taste, because Philadelphia cream cheese is made with fine milk and thick cream. This fudge and frosting has a special freshness, too, because Philadelphia brand cream cheese is guaranteed fresh by Kraft. And Philadelphia brand gives fudge and frosting a truly marvelous texture, never grainy, never too hard, never too soft, but always smooth. Just be sure you use genuine Philadelphia brand cream cheese. Look for the red Kraft K that's on every silvery package of genuine Philadelphia brand. Remember, genuine Philadelphia brand cream cheese is made only by Kraft. Now, to get your free pamphlet with more than 20 easy recipes for Philly fudge and frostings, simply drop a postcard to Kraft Kitchen, Box 6567, Department G, Chicago 77, Illinois. That address again, Kraft Kitchen, Box 6567, Department G, Chicago 77, Illinois. Write tonight. Well, the great Gildersleeve has caught the Thanksgiving spirit. He invited little Mike from the children's home. He even invited Big Bad Bullard to share his turkey, but Bullard insisted on not coming. Now it looks like there will be several empty places at the table.
Uncle Mort.
Yes, Marjorie?
I'm leaving now. Bronco got tickets for the football game.
Oh?
Uh-huh. He's down getting gas, and I'm going to meet him out front. We're a little late.
Well, sorry you can't be with us for dinner. But before you go, I want you to meet little Mike. Mike! Yo, Mike!
He's in here with me, testing the turkey, Mr. Gildersleeve.
You don't spoil his dinner, Bertie.
No, sir.
You better send him in. I want Marjorie to see him.
Who did you want to see me, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Mike, this is my niece, Marjorie.
Hello, Mike.
Hello. What's a niece?
Well, in this case, she's somebody I'm uncle to.
Are you here for dinner, too?
Well, I live here, but I can't be here for dinner. You'll excuse me, won't you?
Well, I don't know.
She and her husband are going to a football game, Mike.
Would you rather see a football game than eat turkey?
No, but our college is playing.
Isn't anybody going to eat Thanksgiving dinner with us?
Well, Leroy will be here. He's over on the hill with his sled.
What about Mr. Bullard, Unky?
He expressed regrets. Bullard style.
He's all alone. You feel sorry for him.
You feel sorry for him.
Okay.
Oh, that's Bronco. Well, Mike, I'm awfully glad you came. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mrs. Marjorie.
Mike, it's just plain Marjorie.
But you've got a husband. That makes you Mrs.
Well, I'll still be Marjorie to you. Goodbye, Auntie.
Ta-ta, my dear.
What'll we do now, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well, it's quite a while until dinner, and I'm out of cigars. Why don't we drop by Mr. Peavy's and then join Leroy for a sled ride?
Okay. Shall we go back and help Bertie taste the turkey before we go?
Well, I guess we could take a little sliver where it won't show. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you today?
I need some cigars, Peavy. I took a chance on your being open today.
Well, I'm closing in a little while. Your usual brand?
Yeah, that's right. Peavy, aren't you going to say hello to Mike?
Is he here?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see you down there below the counter. Hello, Mikey.
Hello, Mr. Peavy.
Here, Mike. Let me lift you up on one of these stools.
I can climb up.
He's having Thanksgiving dinner with us, Peavy.
Oh, you don't say. You care to have a soda on the house, Mike? No, I guess it did spoil your dinner.
He didn't give me a chance to answer.
Yeah, you better save up. We have a big dinner to take care of.
There aren't many people eating with Mr. Gildersleeve and me.
Well, Marjorie and Bronco are going to the game over in Center City, Peavy.
Well, if it was 40 years ago, I'd go out there and sit in the snow myself.
Mr. Gildersleeve, can I whisper something?
Well, excuse us, Petey.
Very well.
What is it?
Why don't we ask Mr. Peavy over for dinner?
That's a nice thought. I'm sure his dinner's all planned, but why don't you ask him?
Okay. Mr. Peavy?
Oh, am I included now?
Yes. Would you like to come over and help us eat our turkey?
Well, I'll be eating at home, Mike, but thank you just the same.
That's all right. I thought you might be lonesome.
Mike, Mr. Petey has a wife at home. He doesn't get lonesome.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. Last Thanksgiving, I would have taken you up on the invitation.
Oh?
Just happened that I was alone. We'd planned on having a turkey, but Mrs. Peavy went to visit her mother instead.
Wish she'd visit her mother again this year.
How's that?
So you'd be lonesome enough to eat with us.
Peavy, Mike is bound and determined to fill every place at the table.
Hey, isn't that Mr. Bullard parking the big car out front?
Yes, it is.
He's coming in here.
He's still alone. Why don't we give him another chance to eat with us?
No, Mike.
Maybe he wants to be coaxed. I do sometimes. I even get under the bed and won't come out.
Well, all right. Just for you, Mike, I'll ask him once more.
How do you do, Peavy?
Oh, hello, Mr. Bullard.
Hello, Mike.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Bullard.
Oh, hello.
What a cold fish.
Go ahead, Mr. Gildersleeve. Ask him.
Ask me what?
Mr. Bullard, if you'd care to reconsider, the invitation to dinner is still good.
Thank you, Gildersleeve, but I have plans of my own.
Well, we'd love to have you come to our house.
Gildersleeve, stop nagging at me to come to your house.
All right.
You have your dinner, and I'll have my party at the club. Oh, Peavy, I want 5 pounds of your best after-dinner mince.
My.
5 pounds? You must be having a big party.
Oh, yes, I am. Thanksgiving is a day to gather your friends around you. And although I may not be considered popular by one of my neighbors, I have many friends. Peavy, make that 10 pounds of mint.
10 pounds? I'm glad I opened up today.
Stuffed shirt. Must be inviting his whole club.
How much will that be, Peavy?
Well, it comes to $7, but of course it's a lot of mint.
You must not be having anything for dinner but mint.
Mike?
There you are, Peavy. These mints should be the crowning touch after my friends and I enjoy a hearty meal. We're having vichyssoise, a tossed green salad with anchovies, roast pheasant, golden pheasant.
You're Mike.
Wild rice, of course, candied yams, and for dessert, flaming plum pudding.
Sounds mighty good.
Mr. Gildersleeve, maybe he'd invite us to his dinner.
Mike, come with me. We have to pick up Leroy.
Thanks for picking me up, Unc.
Well, it'll soon be time for turkey.
Boy, did I work up an appetite sliding on the hill.
I'm hungry, too.
Me too. 3 of us will have a fine time.
Isn't Mr. Bullard coming?
No. Bullard's invited a lot of people out to his club for a fancy dinner. Vichyssoise.
Leroy, it was nice of you to take me down on the hill on your sled.
Oh, that's okay. Forget it.
I like you, Leroy.
You do? Why?
I don't know. I guess it's like Mrs. Foster says. She says little boys always want to be like big boys.
Well, I am getting pretty big, I guess.
Mike, someday you'll be as big as Leroy.
I don't know if I'll ever get that big.
You know, Mike, I sort of like you, too.
Thank you. Hey, we're coming close to where I live.
Yeah, that's your home, my boy.
Hey, Unc, stop the car.
Why, Leroy?
Just stop the car.
Well, you all right?
Why are we stopping here? I haven't had dinner yet.
Yes, Leroy, why are we stopping?
Unc, could we get some more little kids like Mike and take them home to dinner?
Leroy, that's a wonderful idea.
Oh, boy. Leroy, can I go in and see who's there?
Sure. Can't he, Unc?
You bet. Run on in, Mike, and round up a carful. We'll wait.
Oh, boy, I've been wanting to invite somebody.
What a fine little fellow.
Yeah, he's okay.
And Leroy.
Yeah?
There's another fine fellow sitting right next to me.
Oh, heck. Gosh. Gee, Unc, that's the way to have Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir. Invite people to dinner who'll appreciate it. To heck with Bullard. Let him have his big dinner with all his fine friends.
Hey, Mr. Gildersleeve, Leroy.
Yeah, I didn't expect you back so soon, Mike.
Where are all the kids, Mike?
They've all gone out.
They have?
But do you know who's sitting in there with no place to go?
Who?
Mr. Bullard.
Mr. Bullard?
Come on out, Mr. Bullard. They know you're in there.
Well, what do you know?
Imagine that. Hello, Mr. Bullard.
Oh, hello, Gildersleeve. You all right?
Hi.
Mr. Bullard, you're the last man I expected to see here.
Oh, well, I thought I'd come over and take some of the children to dinner. You're not the only one who can entertain friends. And, well, good day. I think I'll take my mints and go home.
You, wait a minute. Mr. Bullard.
Yes?
I thought you were going to have a big party at your club.
Well, I intended to, Gildersleeve, but a lot of pushy people like you have taken all the children.
Well, we didn't get our share. There's room for one more.
You mean...
Yeah, how many times do we have to ask you?
Well,
come on, Mr. Bullard. I'll get in the back seat with you.
All right. Thank you, Leroy. Thank you.
Right, George Bullard, this is a fine idea. I'm so glad you're going to be with us.
Thank you, Gildersleeve.
Don't cry, Mr. Bullard. You have more friends than you thought you had.
Yes, sir. There's something about Thanksgiving.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Have you tasted the two delicious new versions of Philadelphia brand cream cheese? Now you can get delicately rich Philadelphia cream cheese filled with spicy bits of chives, and Philadelphia cream cheese with pieces of red pimento all through. Imagine the delicious variety of easy snacks and sandwiches you can make with these two new kinds of Philadelphia brand cream cheese. Try them tomorrow. Just be sure you get genuine Philadelphia brand cream cheese. Remember, there's only one Philadelphia brand, and it's made and guaranteed fresh by Kraft.
This is Gildersleeve again. Thanksgiving is a holiday we Americans cherish. It's a part of our national tradition. And more than that, it shows how our way of life in this country has always been linked so closely with religion. These days, I think we all realize how important it is that we strengthen our faith for ourselves and our children. Take someone to church this week. You'll both be richer for it. Good night.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Gail Gordon, Tommy Reddig, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of those famous Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
In a sandwich, what do you like best? Say in a cold beef sandwich, a cheese sandwich, egg salad, salami, what do you like best? Well, if you've ever tried it, I bet you'll say Kraft's Prepared Mustard. Because when you add a little Kraft mustard, you add a lot of tang. In fact, there are two kinds of Kraft mustard. Salad mustard, mild and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Have both kinds on hand. And remember, the next time you make a sandwich, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Buy Kraft's prepared mustard.
Groucho Marx, You Bet Your Life. He's next on NBC.